They made 74 passes in 90 minutes, and yet Mourinho's Inter still knocked out the best team the game's ever seen. It's without a doubt the greatest part the bus masterclass in Champions League history. It's 2010, and back then, Barcelona were a machine. Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, it was peak Guardiola. But they were facing Inter Milan led by Jose Mourinho, who always had a few tricks up his sleeve. See, in the first leg of the San Siro, Inter sat deep, soaked up pressure, and punished Barcelona on the counter-attack. They were both clinical and ruthless, winning 3-1. But it was the second leg where Mourinho's genius really kicked in. It was clear from the start that Inter had no intention of extending their lead, only protecting it with their lives. But Mourinho knew that Pep's teams were all about counter-pressing, lose the ball and then win it back within a couple of seconds. However, if you don't ever have the ball, then there's nothing to press. Jose told his players to not even bother passing it to each other around the back, just lump it long. But then, disaster struck. Thiago Motta was sent off after just 28 minutes for this soft foul. Inter were down to 10 men at the Camp Nou, with over an hour still to play against arguably the greatest team ever. So from there, it was pure survival. Mourinho shifted his team around, bringing off their striker in place of a defender, and there was no longer anyone to chase after the long balls. So that's why they completed just 74 passes in a 90-minute match, whilst also having just 13% possession. That's the lowest ever recorded in a Champions League knockout match. But the only stat that mattered to Mourinho was the aggregate score. And whilst Barcelona did eventually break through with a goal from Piqué, it wasn't enough. Inter held on, and when the full-time whistle went, Mourinho sprinted across the Nou Camp turf with a celebration as iconic as the match itself. But was it a tactical masterclass or pure anti-football? Let me know what you think.